Thanks for joining us for Coast to Coast Car Talk. Today we are reviewing some of the questions and feedback on our last 5 podcasts. We figure rather than answering people privately to the messages, a public response would make more sense because we often get the same questions from different people. So let's dive in. In our video podcast, we talk about the business of the automotive aftermarket and what's happening in the scene. And as always, Mr. Jeff is joining us.
Yo.
And today we don't have a guest. It's just Jeff and I. We
just
figured
the two of us, buddy.
Just the two of us. Nobody wanted to come on this week. More than anything, we figure we've done about I guess this is technically like our 11th or 12th podcast. Don't look at the numbers. I've messed them up on the actual videos, but this is our 10th podcast. We've had a lot of questions, but we're really going to focus on the last 5 podcasts we've done in terms of questions because that's kind of when we rebooted everything. Normally, Jeff and I, we would be in the same room, right? Yep. But now
when we started.
Yeah, we had some ideas about maybe even, doing these podcasts live at like select locations, maybe at like a shop or somewhere cool, like a track or something like that. So how the podcast been for you so far, Jeff? I know you're kind of been voluntold to do this, right?
It's honestly because of my schedule. It's kind of nice, it gives me something to do. And we're not real uptight about our podcast, so it's good. It's gives us a chance to catch up. I get to see some guys that I don't see very often. I get to meet some guys I've never met before, virtually. So it's been fun. Being unemployed, it's an outlet, right? It's something.
You and me both, bud. We've got all the time in the world as we kind of wait for this whole craziness to end, but I think I look back at the last few episodes, and I'm by no means an expert in these topics. I'm just a guy that has access to a large audience through the years that we've invested into developing Driven and our audience. But it's been really interesting, and I mean, Jeff, I know you may not accept this, but I think you're way more qualified than I am, and the feedback generally has been like the people like you, Jeff. I think they're gonna come and they're gonna come just for Jeff eventually.
Thanks. It's a nice sentiment. We don't need to debate that here. But yeah, no, it's been good. I think there's lots of opportunities, still to come. And there's a lot more stuff we can do with it. But we're just limited right now. So we're kind of in a holding pattern.
We are. And I mean, I think one of the very first thing is that we jumped right into these podcasts, and we've had some questions about like maybe just a little bit more background around, perhaps how we got into things, how you and I know each other, without getting into 30 minutes because we could reminisce forever, right? I'll start off.